Hey, Shagdog's Quick Beer Review. We're doing Dogfish Head SeaQuench Ale. I thought it was something about a wench, but it's a SeaQuench. It's a session sour. According to Beer Advocate, it is a 87 by Beer Advocate. It's a sour Gose, however you want to pronounce that. 87. It's a rotating seasonal, which I'm surprised actually. Dogfish Head Brewery, which is in Delaware. Hopefully the water to use from Delaware doesn't make me forget stuff like, the guy that's running for the Democratic side. SeaQuench Ale is our session sour quencher made with thyme, peel, black lime, and sea salt. It's a citrusy-tart union of 3 German styles of beer blissfully brewed into one. We begin by brewing a straightforward Kolsch with lots of wheat and Munich Malt. Then we brew a salty Gose with the black limes, coriander, and our sea salt. We follow up with a citrusy-tart Berlinerweiss made with lime juice and lime peel. All 3 beers are then blended together in a fermentation tank to create this German hybrid. So supposedly it's a Kolsch, Berlinerweiss. What the hell's the other one at? Kolsch, a Kolsch, a Gose, and then a Berlinerweiss. That's what they say. Interesting. All right. Let's get it done because I didn't show the can. I think I did show the can, but there it is. This is 30. Oh, no, it's not 32 ounces. 19 point, because it's kind of skinny. 19.2 ounces. And me and Diddy did this one time. I recall it being pretty sour. Get a little bit of head on there. Yeah. Definitely. So it's all 3 of those German beers combined, but it comes out to be a Gose, sour Gose. So supposedly it's a Kolsch, Gose, and Berlinerweiss, whatever else, Berlin wheat. I always say that. So we'll see how this goes. All right, now I got somebody yelling in the other room, so don't mind that. That's somebody watching CNN and Fox. I'm just trying to cover her voice up, so protect the innocent. And she's still going, and she's still going, and she's still going, and all right. Okay, here we go. All right, definitely cloudy, hazy, cloudy. More, not solid cloud. It's not like it's moving around clouds. It's hazy. And I could barely see my fingers on the other side when I touch the glass. I can't see nothing really, but head is slowly dissipating. Let's give it a smell, shall we? Someone's still out there loud as shit. I tell you, folks, this is what happens when you rent from people. I rent a room off somebody. Here I am trying to have my own privacy. Bitch. Right? Anyhow, let's go ahead and give it a smell. Oh, God. Citrus, lemon, lime, a little bit of coriander, bready malt, a little grassy floral. It doesn't smell really sour, but it does have that I mean, there's a little sour there, but it's a weird sour though. But it's mostly a grassy, slight citrus, a little bit of coriander, a little bit of like a lemon lime maybe or something. Well, let's give it a taste, shall we? All right. Definitely sour. Right up in the front. Oh, I'm not a sour person. That's why they call it the SeaQuench, right? SeaQuench. Definitely a sour, not overwhelmingly sour, but enough to make you pucker up, I guess, huh? Interesting. It does have, it said they use some type of sea salt or something. It does have a soury, salty taste, almost like a pickle juice, but doesn't taste like pickle juice, but the saltiness of a pickle juice, I guess. I mean, it's not overly sour at all. It's just, it makes your mouth pucker like it's really sour. It's slightly sour. I mean, it's not, and what I said with that pickle saltiness, it's not overly salty. Don't get me wrong, that it's like salty, but a little bit of a saltiness you would get with pickle juice, yeah. Like especially that one, what's it called? Trying to think of that pickle. Clausen, yeah, Clausen. Not really salty like that, but a little bit, you know. Not really salty, but it has a salty mouthfeel. Like there's a slight salt, but not as much as Clausen. Maybe a regular pickle juice. I don't know. But it doesn't taste like pickle juice. It just has its saltiness up like a pickle juice, like a sour and salty, you know. It's not the greatest thing I ever had, and I'm not big on sour beers either. I would like to give this to someone I knew a few months back before COVID started. She was, I didn't know her well. I only met her one time, but I knew her sister. This girl, I was friends with her sister, like sour beers. I would like her to try this one. I don't know if she would like this one or not, but. Not bad. We had one viewer earlier. I was shocked. Now, would I drink this one? Yeah, me and Diddy did this one, and I think the same thing back then. I'd rather be splitting this can. There's certain beers I'm like, wow, this is good. Thank God we got two beers, you know, one for me, one for you, because there's certain beers like, wow, I have to drink all this. Not because it's bad, just it's a lot of beer. I got more to drink. But if you like a slight sour, a little bit, it's not really salty, but it almost has like a pickle juice saltiness to it, you know. And you kind of get that more of a puckeriness from that than you do the actual sourness. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of weird. But it's interesting if they actually made three style beers and blended them all together. The Gose, whatever, Gose, Kolsch, and the Berlinerweiss. That's pretty interesting, actually. Very interesting. Now the next one is the Jai Lai. I'm going to be doing the Jai Lai for, I don't think we ever did that one. And I'm not a big IPA fan, so we'll see how that goes. But let me finish this one. What am I going to give it? God, that's going to fill the can glass back up. All right. I finally got all of it out of the can. 19 ounces. I think this glass is only about 14 ounce glass. All right. Make sure I don't have any text or anything. What's that? Oh, looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. All right. A little gas for that one. I don't know what black limes are. I never had a black lime, but this has black lime, lime peel, lime juice, sea salt. I don't know if that's all it has, but yeah, can you taste the lime in there a little bit? The sea salt, lime. Yeah, you can taste that. Black lime, I'm not sure what black lime is, but lime juice, more of a lime juice and peel, I believe. But now, would I buy this on a regular basis? No. I'm not a big sour beer fan, and this one really isn't super sour, actually. And anybody knows me knows I like more of the stouts, imperial stouts, certain lagers. I'm not all about these fancy fruity tasting beers and IPAs and stuff like that. I like, gotta find English. Some English beers are all right, actually. I like some English beers. I guess it just depends, man. I wish there was a way you could actually read your brain and like what you like the best and just what beer is the best. Input it. Did I really think it was the best? Hook it to the computer. Bam! You thought this beer. Oh yeah, I did like that one. I forgot about that one. That was a really good style. I only had it twice. I forgot all about it. Something like that. Just do the matrix. Plug it right back in the back of your head. Not to learn kung fu or anything, because I don't think that should be possible. Well, I bet if you can plug in anything in your head, shit, you can download shit apparently to your brain, right? But I think they should block that with some type of firewall. Only you get information out of your brain, like, okay, wow, I'm having a hard time remembering this. Let me pull this out. But it would be cool if you could learn kung fu, right? Plug something in the back of your head. I know kung fu. Show me. Good times, folks. 2020. We're more than halfway past the year. It's almost 2021, actually. Well, not almost, but you got a little bit more than 4 months. 4 months and a day, 2 days. It'll be 2021, folks. We're getting there. We'll be out of this shithole of a thing called 2020 soon. And hopefully 2021's better. Holy shit, 2020. What? I don't know if some astrologists could tell us what's going on. Is this the end? Is this the beginning of 7 years tribulation? Somebody posted that today on my Facebook. But the way they posted it, they're a Trump supporter, but the way they posted it makes Trump look like the Antichrist because they're like, new deal, peace deal in Israel, made Israel the official capital, only country to recognize Jerusalem as the official capital or whatever. Moving our embassy. I don't think we officially. Thought we just use it moving our embassy to Jerusalem. Didn't say nothing about we officially recognize Jerusalem. I don't know. But he's doing the Bible. But what he posts on there, he's a Trump supporter. That makes Trump look like the Antichrist. So we'll see if we're at that point of Trump actually being in power and being the Antichrist. That means at the 3.5 year mark, which would have been July, because they say it's 7 years tribulation, but the first 3.5 years would be like peace, whatever. And you figure from the time Trump got in office in January of 2017, January 2020, almost impeaching him. And then March, the it's already out before that, but it started getting worse. March, that people started shutting shit down. May, June, July would have been the halfway point, since that would have been 3.5 years right there since he's actually officially been president of taking an inauguration. So maybe it could be. That means we have less than 3.5 years left. But I mean, some people just throw in shit like the asteroid thing. Oh, November, there's an asteroid's going to hit the Earth. And I look it up. It's like, it's going to come close, but supposedly not going to hit us. But even if it does come into Earth's atmosphere, NASA says it's so small that'll probably burn up in the atmosphere. It's no bigger than a kitchen table or something. You know? It's not real big or some shit. I don't know. Isn't that crazy that there's rocks floating around in fucking space, and at any given time, a giant one could come through the atmosphere, not burn up all the way, impact the ground. Some of them explode in the air, which is better than impacting the ground, even though it causes damage too, but not worldwide damage. But if something really big and it came in and impacted the ground, probably most life on Earth, besides some small mammals and insects, would be the only thing that's left, Insects, small sea creatures. If the seas don't burn, evaporate, Weird shit. Now, I was walking down a one-way street. No, seriously, I was walking, and I was doing a walk every day. I started walking back in May, I think, and I started doing like a mile and a half, 2 miles, and I was up to like doing 3 miles. Occasionally, I did like 4 or 5 miles. One time, I actually did 10 miles one day, but 10 or 11 miles. But I was trying to keep it 2 or 3 miles a day. Get a little cardio in. A little bit to lose weight, but mostly just to get some cardio. I don't want to run. I don't like fucking running. I declared after I got out of the Army in 1996 I'm never going to run again. Although I did run short distances while I was in law enforcement academy back in 2003, but nothing long distance. Yeah. Around the gym a few times. That's amazing. And then one time, this particular secretary we have for our department, secretary of the department, said we're going to start requiring a PT test. I was like, shit. So I started running. Oh, wait, no, before that, I ran once with my brother and another guy that's in my academy. They used to run after work, go running. And I was like, yeah, I'll run with you. And I ran one night with them. And it was like, I don't know, we did like a mile and a half, I think, maybe 2 miles. I did that one night. I was like, I'm not running anymore. It's what a waste of time. And then the secretary said about a year later, 2 years later, so we had to start doing a PT test while it's going to come. So I figured, man, I better start getting in shape. This is going to be like a mile and a half run, test. So I went out running the first time, like a mile and a half, and God, it took me forever. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I used to do 2 miles in 13 minutes in the Army, and I smoked 13, 14 minutes. And here I smoked still, but God, I did a mile and a half. It took me like 15, 16 minutes. I was like, holy shit. So then I went out a week later. I did like a half a mile. And I was like, you know what? I was going to do another mile and a half. I got to the half mile point. I said, you know what? Screw this. They come out with it. I'll start running then. And then it never did come out with it anyhow. So So I hate running. And I hate marching too. When I was in the Army, I was like, I'll never march again. Of course, walking with sneakers on is a little different than walking 3-4 miles with combat boots on and shit, you know. So I was like, I'll walk 3-4 miles, 2-3 miles. Not bad. And I need to walk because, you know, I had a little incident a couple of years ago. I had to have some surgery and, yeah. I'm not a very popular person. I don't have a Shagdog fan. I had a Shagdog fan once. I think someone did that as a joke because there's a Jammer fan. And then I was like, Jammer fan's fake, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden there was a Shagger fan. Hey, Shagdog fan. Hey, I'm Shagdog's fan. It was like one comment one time. Somebody made up an account called Shagdog fan just to make it fun, I guess. That was probably Jammer or Jammer fan. I don't know. But anyhow, Jammer fan eventually turned out to be true. Now, I don't know if Jammer paid someone eventually. He did the whole Jammer fan thing all along and then paid somebody. Later on, it's like, hey, I need you to pretend you're this. I'll give you the account, password, everything. You're a Jammer fan. A cousin or something for all I know. Who knows, right? Anyhow, Shagdog don't have any fans. But that's okay. God, I don't know if I'm going to do that next beer. This beer is killing me. And the ABV isn't high, right? It was what? If I scroll all the way up, 4.9. The other one was 5.5. It's a pretty big can, though. Maybe I might. God, we're at 21 minutes already with this one. Jeez. It's probably like doing half splitting. You know? I don't know how. Well, I mean, I know around the right, some other people like to get their videos 10 minutes or lower, and then I know sometimes they cut it off and they still got some beer left. So me and Jammer like to finish the beers on camera most of the time. And as you know, Jammer can put some beer down. I can't put beer down like him. I don't know why. But he'll put some beer down. But matter of fact, the funniest thing, I'm usually the one that's almost sleeping, falling asleep after we do 8-9 beers, whatever. But it was funny a few months back in like, I forget what months they were, November, December, January. One night we did beer reviews, and Jammer had to work that day, so he probably went to work at 2 in the morning, got off at 2 in the afternoon, or some shit like that. And he was falling asleep that night doing beer reviews. I was so happy. Get along, little doggy. Anything else? I don't even know what the hell else to talk about. Did I grade this? Shit. All right, I'll go ahead and grade it now. I don't like it that much. It's easy drinking. Sour beer. I would give it a swallow, but I would only give it a... I don't want to give it a B. I'd give it a C+ and a swallow. I mean, I would never drink this on a regular basis. If someone, hey, I got this SeaQuench Ale. What else you got? Oh, I got Miller Lite. I was like, give me a Miller Lite. I mean, because it's just not my thing, the sour beers. I'm not a sour beer person. Now, my next beer review, I might post it to Facebook. Who knows, right? Oh, Lord. I don't know what to talk about, though. It'd be on YouTube and Facebook. Maybe on Facebook, some people would be like, hey, what are you doing? I don't know. Probably nobody would even view me. Oh, well. Now, supposedly there's 4 systems out there. We just had that big two hurricanes in the Gulf. The first one wasn't really bad, and the second one hit the western part of Louisiana pretty bad, but now there's 4 systems out there. I hate hurricanes. 2004 here in Florida, we had like 5, but the first one went Charlie, Gene, and Francis. Charlie wasn't too bad. We got a little wind from Charlie. That came in the Port Charlotte area, went up towards Orlando. It was a strong, small, compact tornado, so it wasn't a big, giant one. So it did do some damage where it was in the center, but outside that, outside that area didn't do too much damage. So here we had like steady 30-mile-an-hour winds, maybe 40-mile-an-hour gust. I don't know. Well, here we are in the Tampa area. Then, I mean, I'm trying to show you. I'll show you. Okay, this is Florida. Here's the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the Atlantic. So this is the west side. Comes up. Say this is Port Charlotte. Comes up. Tampa's over here. Went this way towards Orlando. So not much over here. Steady rain, steady wind. Not real bad. But they took precautions. And then the next couple ones, Gene and Francis, they were the better ones because they came across, like straight across. So they hit the Atlantic side over by Daytona, West Palm Beach. I'm not sure where the hell they exactly hit. But they came straight across. And one of them was almost still a Category 1 by the time it got here. So one of them I had, the first one, G-H-I-J, Francis. I had some shingle damage, but nothing major. Only a couple of shingles missing, but still had the underlying shingle. I should have took care of it. Maybe it might have prevented the worst damage later. Nothing major. I had one little leak in the bedroom, in the bathroom, but after that, when it rained, it didn't leak. Or not the bathroom, but one of the bedrooms. When it rained, it didn't leak again. So I'm like, okay, well, must have been because the wind was blowing hard. So, God, I got a pimple right there. So that was Francis. Gene came through. I got home from work. A big section of my shingles were gone off my roof. I had like big ass 2 leaks. We're the same section where it was before. So I had to re-shingle my roof. What's that? Was that after? That might have been before. Yeah. Yeah, that's before. Then later on, I had I can't remember shit now. Fuck. I had a tree fall and hit my house too, but that was way before the hurricanes or a couple months after. I can't remember if it was before or after. I think it was before the hurricanes. A tree hit my house. Yep. So I had that damage too. So, and then the hurricane. Yeah. And then a couple of years later, another tree fell back there behind my house. Not the tree, whole tree. Well, the whole tree did eventually fall, but luckily it fell the other way. But I had a big ass branch. It was like this round. It was like fucking 40 feet long or whatever. The branch broke, and I was hanging there. And it was like a Sunday. I'm trying to call. And it's hanging right over my electrical box. My electrical box was back by the fence. I'm trying to call tree trimmers or whatever. Nobody works on a Sunday or anything. So I'm like, fuck. So I went to bed. I had to work at night. I think I worked midnights at that time. So I went to bed. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think I was sleeping for 10 minutes. My ex-girlfriend was in and around the computer in the office. I guess the branch broke, but it fell back. It broke off that, the bark broke. It fell back this way, back towards the house. It came smashing right through the window. Right on through the window, and it came about this far into the house, between the house and the fence. So I was laying across the fence, broke the fence, but not all the way down. And landed in the window, hit a damn file cabinet I had there by the window, smashed the file cabinet, put a big dent in it. I was like, what the I hated that place. Anyhow, yeah. So, and then that tree eventually broke piece by piece to be, I mean, it was a really high, like oak tree or something, really old oak tree, probably rotted or something, probably termites, I don't know. But a big chunk of it fell out in the woods behind the fence. I'm like, oh, good. Then another piece fell. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, my God, this is going to fall, hit the house still. It fell section by section over the years, and it never fell on the house. So I was like, oh, good. So I got lucky the rest of the time. Thanks to the one viewer watching. You are welcome. It's probably Jammer. Yeah, we graded it. I give it a C, C plus and a swallow. Not great, but not bad. I would recommend if you get a big can like this. This is a 19.2 ounce can. Split it with a friend. I would never drink one of these by myself, unless I had to. I got one more beer to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. I did the hell's the name of the other beer? Shit, I can't remember now. The Reef Donkey. I did the Reef Donkey. That donkey came over. He didn't have no reef. But I did that. Did this. I still got one more to do that. I don't think we ever done before. Hey, Jeff G. What's up? Oh, excuse me, Rugby. You're quaffing in Old Milwaukee? I don't even know what the hell a quaffing means. But that's good. Jammer loves Old Milwaukee. Old Milwaukee. No, wait. That's me. Old Milwaukee, I think we talked about this before, is the beer. When I taste Old Milwaukee, that's the beer. I think I must have got a fight back in my youth when I was drinking Old Milwaukee. Because when I drink Old Milwaukee, I feel like fighting. And Jammer, if he drinks Miller, is it Miller High Life or Miller Light? One or the other, he wants to fight. I think they must be trigger beers, something happened in your youth or when you were younger, when you're drinking that particular beer. So when you taste or smell that beer again, it triggers something. Jammer couldn't be here tonight. He was talking about doing beer reviews tomorrow. Yesterday, today, Sunday. Saturday, he was talking about maybe doing beer reviews Monday night. So I got excited. So I messaged him earlier today. So we're going to do beer reviews tomorrow? Or do you want to do them Friday? Because we usually do them on Friday nights. And then he didn't respond. So I said, or we do them tonight if you want, because he doesn't have to work tonight. But I'm sure he's tired since he works like 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. or some weird hours. And then he responded, I'm not sure about tomorrow. I'll let you know tomorrow morning. I'm in the mood to do beer reviews already. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go buy 2 or 3 beers, do some beer reviews tonight. Then if Jammer wants to do them tomorrow, I can do more tomorrow. And there we go. So I don't know if we're going to do any tomorrow or Friday or I don't know. We're always on Jammer's time. So Shagdog can do beer reviews every night. I work normal hours. Right now, I work from like 8 o'clock in the morning till 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. If I could do 1 or 2 beer reviews every night if I want to. Oh, to drink. Quaff is to drink. Yeah. Quaff is to drink. Yeah, I haven't had an Old Milwaukee in a while. I'm not a big Old Milwaukee fan. That's a beer I like to split. I was talking about earlier. certain beers I'm glad me and Jammer do beer reviews together, and when we're together, we can split beers. Old Milwaukee is probably one I'm glad we can split. This would have been one to split. And I did this one time before with Diddy. I think it was last year, actually, the SeaQuench Ale. It's not really bad. It's I consider it a beer advocate considers a sour Gose, but according to Dogfish Head, it's 3 different beers in one. It's a Kolsch, a Gose, and a Berlinerweiss. They blend all 3 different beers and then blend them together. But it's not bad. It's sour. It's not super sour or anything, but it's okay. I just want to drink this on a normal basis. Oh, are you from Canada, Jeff? I didn't even know that. This damn beer is giving me a headache, too. Ugh. Well, I got one more to do. I don't know if I'm going to do it right away, if I'm going to eat dinner first and then do it. One more beer, or if I'm going to do it at all, maybe I'll save it for next week. I don't know. But this one will do it for the SeaQuench Ale. I give it a C+ and a swallow. Probably go a little higher, but I'm just not big on sour beers. Someday me and Jammer will be back together. We can split the beers. I won't have to drink the whole damn beer. Someday. Hey. Toronto, Canada. Okay. Yep. I went to high school. I don't know if you know the guy. Since you're in Toronto, I'm not sure how old you are, but he used to play for the Toronto Argonauts. Rocket Ismail played for Notre Dame University. Then he went to Toronto. Decided to skip the NFL. Went to the CFL, Toronto Argonauts, for a couple of years. In the NFL draft, he got drafted by Oakland. So when he finally left Canada, came to the NFL, he went to Oakland. Then he went to the Carolina Panthers, and then he went to the Cowboys. And then he got a career-ending injury in practice with the Cowboys. He never really did too good in the NFL, but yeah, mediocre. But he was great in college, and I heard he did pretty good up in Toronto, actually, also Rocket Ismail. Went to high school with him. He was like 2 years ahead of me. He was in my older brother's class of 88. Yep. Rocket Ismail. And I'm one of the few people that you might meet that went to high school. Well, high school alumni. They don't go to high school with this other one, Ernie Davis Jr. Ernie Davis, first black Heisman Trophy winner. Went to the same high school as him. And then I moved from New York to Pennsylvania and went to the same high school as Rocket Ismail, who was the Heisman Trophy runner-up. He lost to Ty Detmer. Not too many people can say I went to high school alumni with one high school Heisman Trophy winner, and then went to high school with another Heisman Trophy runner-up. That's my claim to fame. But I didn't really talk to Rocket Ismail ever. I think he was in my gym class, him and his brother Cadre. Rocket was okay. Cadre was kind of a dick back then. Yeah. Anything else? That's about it. Yeah, they even had a younger brother, but he didn't do well in college, or I don't think he didn't play in pro ball. He ended up suing, man. He went to UTEP, University of Texas El Paso. I think that's about it. He did some mixed martial arts shit, stuff like that. But that was about it. Yeah, Rocket was great in college and high school. Yeah, he's really great. I think we moved to where I went to high school with him in 1987 during football season. It was like beginning of October. We moved there. Went to high school. First, we were there. We went to the football game at the high school, and the place was rocking. And he was really good in high school. And after he left that year, that was his senior year, not too much going on with the high school football program after that. Him and his brother, they both graduated the same year, 88. He went to Notre Dame, and Cadre went to Syracuse. Yeah, I was a little upset because the year he went to Canadian Football League, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and they had the number one pick that year. That was like the year after they sucked, after they went 1-16, or was that the same year? Maybe. I can't remember. I joined the Army, so during draft, I'm like, oh, they're going to get Rocket. But we already heard the news that he was going to Canadian, but I was still thinking Cowboys would pick him. Maybe he'd change his mind, but they didn't. They picked someone else, Russell Maryland or whoever. And then I think the Raiders took Rocket second or third round or something like that. And he's still in the NFL. But it's kind of funny because he came full circle, left Toronto, went to Oakland and Carolina, then the Cowboys, who would have probably drafted him if he was definitely coming to the NFL. Most likely. You never know. But what a waste, Could have had some good years. He had a good speed, really good speed. I mean, even he had one of the greatest moments in Cowboys history. His first year with the Cowboys, it was against the Redskins. I think it was week number 1. They were playing the Redskins at home, and it went into overtime. And Troy Aikman dropped back. First play of overtime. I think it was the first play of overtime. Dropped back straight down the middle to Rocket, 80-yard touchdown. I was like, holy shit, this is great. And that's probably his biggest Cowboys moment. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. I don't know how much of that I'm going to edit. Maybe I'll leave it all in. We're at 42 minutes. But I am Shagdog, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. We will see you in the next one. It might be about 15, 20 minutes. I think I might eat dinner first and then come back to the last one. So we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for watching. Jeff G., thanks for joining.